What's ahead in 2024 for programs that would help somebody in those fields where the failure rate tends to be higher?
Well, I would like to say as we go into 2024, now that we're at the end, the last quarter of 2023, we need to start with a plan for 24. A lot of times when business owners, especially restaurants who have, they have to make sure their costs are in line with their revenue, sometimes forget that it depends on what you do in your last quarter of the previous year. If you're not strategizing right now on how to get that next dollar when you get to 2024, a lot of times we're strategizing for taxes. And that, yes, you do that. But we need to also strategize how we're gonna get more leads, how we're gonna filter in our retaining of our customers, and then getting new customers. And then also evaluating the frequency of that purchase from each customer. Restaurants have a problem with doing that because people are in and out. It's not necessarily, especially if it's a fast food, they're not building relationships with those customers. Even though they may have people that come in every day, they're not getting their phone numbers, their email addresses per se, unless they have a reward system. So a lot of restaurants, they start up and they just know they want to serve. They want to, bring a service to solve a solution, which is bringing people together. Well, they also need to focus on their revenue, which filters down to their gross profit, and that affects their cost of goods sold. And so if you have a restaurant who has a lot of inventory supplies that they have on the shelf and they're not moving, that's actually affecting their cash flow. So those 15 drivers, I just gave you 5 dealing with leads, retention, conversion, purchase rate, and the total of sales transactions, which leads down to your revenue, your cost of goods sold, your payroll, your marketing, depreciation, don't forget about that, and operations. We don't focus enough on marketing. Marketing needs to be a big thing in budgeting, especially with restaurants, since we have, as soon as one closes, we all know that we're innovative area, there's a new one opening up. And so collaboration is a big, a positive effect that can rule against businesses failing. But then just filtering out, we forget about cash flow. We can have all the profit in the world, but if your bank is at zero, your bank account, then you're gonna go out of business. And so just understanding that your profit line is important, but cash is king. Whether you're getting your cash from operations, from loans from a bank or a lender, investors, you need to have cash. And so with restaurants, that's where they find their problem because they don't know the ins and outs of going to the bank, what's expected, whether it's a grant or a debt. A debt can be good, but also it can be negative. And so having a plan to be proactive versus reactive, especially coming out of a pandemic, restaurants really need to look at their costs and make sure that they're making revenue to substantiate their payroll, but marketing. And having an outsourced CFO can actually benefit you because I come alongside your business and I help you make decisions, positive, proactive, exciting decisions. Because once you don't love what you do, you go out of business. That's my answer. We're going into 2024.